Hey there. So, in light of this full moon that happened a few days ago, for the past 2 days, have been feeling absolutely dreadful. So many emotions coming up, not necessarily understanding where they're from. And really, I just spent the whole day in bed yesterday, really trying to figure out what was going on. And with all the changes that are happening in the world at this time, it is so important for us to take things easy and to relax and to send ourselves love as we are going through major, major transitions. So, as I was feeling rather off, I had the inspiration to do 21 days of loving and relaxing your body. Because what happens is, most of the time we spend so much time in our heads that we forget about our body. And as we are human beings, even though we are soul beings having a human experience, our body is our vessel, and our body is what allows us to move through the world and to experience different things. So, my intention here over the next 21 days is to give you a video every day that will help you find more love and relaxation within your body. Because we spend so much time in our minds, and unless we're actively going out and working out, we don't really have awareness over our body. Unless someone is actively touching us, we're not necessarily aware of pain that we have. And most people have so much pain in their body. And because they've had so much pain in their body for such a long time, they think that it is normal. And what happens is that when we aren't feeling good in our body and we're not loving our body, then we're not loving our life and we're not experiencing the best things that we can experience. So, the number one key to self confidence and living a happy life is to feeling good inside your body. And so, this goes beyond health, but over the past 3, 4, 5 years, I have been obsessed with my body and have gone through quite a long journey of learning how to love my body more. And in this journey, I have studied so many different things, including yoga, anatomy, various forms of massage, sound healing. I went deep into understanding the biomechanics of the body and really how trauma and unprocessed emotions and suppressed emotions can actually sit within our body and keep and stay stuck within the body, keeping us feeling not so good and just generally not feeling love for our body. So these videos, I want to try and keep them short, not to give you too much information as I can talk about this all day long. But really, the number one thing I want to highlight is the importance of our posture. And the thing is, we don't necessarily think about our posture until issues come up down the line. But one thing that I have noticed in my years of research is that posture is the number one cause of all the discomfort and physical ailments that we have in our body. Because you see, the body is built so perfectly. And when our body is not aligned, it means that we are overcompensating with certain muscles, which means that we are stressing certain joints. And even if our posture isn't good, we can even be compressing our organs, not allowing blood to circulate properly, not allowing oxygen to move throughout our whole body. So eventually, if we're not paying attention to our posture, in the long run, we will start to have issues. And this is why people who exercise, and even though they might have been exercising all their lives, they might do one movement that they're used to doing all the time, and suddenly something will happen. The reason is because if there's overcompensation somewhere, that joint, that muscle, that part of your body is weak. So, one of the main reasons why those parts of the body are weak is essentially what we have to understand is the mind and the body are completely interconnected. And when we don't want to feel a certain emotion, because what happens is when we feel a certain emotion, we feel that in our body. The reason we know we're feeling an emotion is because we feel something in our body. So, whenever we have negative emotions and we don't necessarily want to feel them, what happens is we can bypass it in our mental state, in our emotional state, but that energy of that emotion will come trapped somewhere within the body. And this is why so many of us feel strain and tension and, difficulty with mobility. It's because over time, all those suppressed emotions and all the trauma that we haven't allowed ourselves to heal through becomes lodged somewhere in the body. And so, what I have experienced and discovered on my journey is that by sending awareness to different parts of our body, we can actually help to remove those stagnant energies and release those trapped or suppressed emotions. So the number one way that you can start doing this, and the thing is, most of us, we don't necessarily pay attention to our body. And because we're sitting all day and we're not necessarily sitting in the best of positions, because most of us are on our phones like this, bringing our necks forward. When we're sitting, we're not sitting with a straight spine. Most of us tend to slouch, and so that compresses our diaphragm and makes it difficult to breathe. So today's video is really about talking to you about the importance of breathing. And most of us, and I know this sounds so silly because we're always breathing all the time, but most of us aren't even aware of the way we're breathing. Most of us tend to breathe like this. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but we breathe like this. Look at my chest, which means we're breathing from the chest and we're taking small gulps of air, and it's almost like we're hyperventilating. And so, what message that is sending to our brain is that we are in a state of stress, because essentially, when we are in fight or flight, what happens is that all the blood rushes from our heart to our extremities. Our heart starts bumping really fast because there's so much energy, lots of adrenaline is being pushed, and essentially, we're getting prepared to run away. And most of us, because of the way we breathe, we are sending messages to our brain that we are in fight or flight. And that's what happens when we have all these thoughts, and whenever we're, the what if game, which many of us play when we think about all the worst things that could possibly take place in our life. And so essentially, because the brain cannot differentiate between what is happening in reality or what is happening in the mind, but because the brain is here to protect us, if we have negative thoughts and we breathe shallow, then it means that we are activating our fight or flight response, and we are actually activating the stress hormones in our body. And because of all those stress hormones, essentially, this is why our body gets tight and we start to get stiffness and we can't breathe properly. So, today I want to teach you proper diaphragmatic breathing. In yoga, we call this yogic breath. And essentially, the way we should be breathing is long inhales and long exhales, because the more oxygen we can pull in, the more oxygenated blood is reaching all the organs and reaching the brain, which will also clarify many of us who might have mental fog. It's probably because we're not breathing properly. So the idea is, and the longer we exhale, the more the body feels starved of oxygen, and the more we will start to inhale. So you can practice here with me. You can put one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest. And ideally, we want to first breathe into the lower hand and then breathe up into the top hand, because ideally we should be breathing with both the belly and the chest. So you can close your eyes here if you want to, or you can just follow along with me. So inhale, belly rises, inhale up into the chest. Exhale, chest drops. Exhale, belly drops. Inhale, belly rises. Inhale, chest. Exhale, chest drops. Exhale, down into the belly. So inhale into the bottom hand, and then inhale all the way up into the chest. Exhale, let the top hand relax, and exhale, let the belly relax. Inhale, feel the belly rising. Inhale, chest. Exhale, chest drops. Exhale, belly drops. Inhale, belly rises. Inhale, chest rises. Exhale, chest drops. Exhale, belly drops. So you can just practice this at your own pace, and it helps to keep the hand there so that you remember to breathe both into the belly and the chest. But the idea is just have awareness. You can start this in any way that you like. You can start off by just breathing into the bottom hand. So breathing, you can put both hands on the belly and just breathe. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly drops. Inhale, belly rises. And you might really want to push your belly out as you go here. Exhale, belly drops. Inhale, push the belly out. Exhale, let the belly fall, and really relax the belly all the way on the exhale. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly drops. Now you can move up into the chest and do the same thing. So inhale all the way up to the chest whilst passing through the belly. So inhale, exhale. Inhale all the way up. exhale, inhale, exhale. So you can see as I'm doing this, my diaphragm is opening up and even my solar plexus is expanding. So once you get a hang of that, then you can bring both hands separately and go in hand, belly, inhale, chest, exhale, chest, exhale, belly, inhale, belly, inhale, chest, exhale, chest, exhale, belly. So you can try that. I recommend that you do this for at least 5-10 minutes a day, and you can keep activating it and just notice what you notice. Notice what your body feels. Notice any differences you feel in your body after practicing this. Notice if you start to feel lightheaded, which you can sometimes. Notice if you feel that you're struggling to breathe into certain parts of your body. And just take some time to pay attention to your body, because really the first way that we can start to relax the way we feel, especially when we're in a state of stress, is by breathing, taking nice long inhales and nice long exhales. So even just practicing long inhale, long exhale. You can even count 5 breaths in, 5 breaths out. Or you can try 7 breaths in, 7 breaths out. The idea is for you just to pay attention to your body and notice what you notice. So share with me in the comments below whatever came up for you and whatever you notice. And I look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's video. Bye for now.